Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 254 for the week of March 31st, 2019. I am Nemesis, and I am joined by Alca7raz.
Hello.
Yes. Big exciting time right now because, Season 9 is almost upon us. Equestria Girls specials just popped up. Things are finally happening.
We're getting back into the thick of things.
Yeah. Stuff has been going on, I guess. Had to take care of a car that just died.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Spring is here, so spring cleaning has begun.
Yeah, I actually did some cleaning as well. I finally shredded some stuff that's been sitting around for way too long.
I washed my car, I vacuumed the inside, and I did an oil change.
Yeah, I did an oil change on my car. I haven't cleaned the rest of it, though. I still need to do that. And I have to take it to our car wash to do that because my yard's too muddy.
Yeah, that's fun.
It kind of defeats the purpose of washing it. Yeah, stuff's been happening, I guess. I've been finally finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Finished it, so I'm caught up and waiting for new episodes as they come out.
Oh. Spring break is over for me.
Yeah.
Well, classes start up again on Monday. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Anyway, on this episode, we do have a bit of news, concluding some Season 9 stuff, 2 comics, one of which is a little unusual, and of course the new Equestria Girls special, as well as a little tiny smidge of fan content at the very end.
The tiniest of slivers of fan content.
So go ahead and jump in the news, and if you want to follow along, go to pony411.libsyn.com/show-notes. Again, that's spelled LIBSYN, and all those links there will have more information for your perusal at a later date or whatever. So let's go ahead with convention stuff. Brian Drummond is going to Winnie City PonyCon. And Kathy Westluck has been announced for BronyCon.
Kathy is probably the most common.
Prolific.
Yeah, prolific in the convention circuit.
Yep. She's, I think part of it just because she's
Andrea and Andrea. I think Andrea is probably.
I think those two because those two have a kind of relatively cheap appearance fee.
Yeah.
And in fandom news, the 2020 Brony Thank You Fund calendar is now available for pre-order. And will be through, I believe, April, or when they start shipping them out.
Yeah.
It's an anime theme.
Yeah.
How about that?
Anime.
Gross.
Darn weebs.
Merchandise news. Wilson is releasing MLP branded merch, at least in China.
Wilson!
Yep. Now we'll have an actual face. You don't have to, bloody your hand for it.
Aww.
Although apparently some of the artwork on these the balls are possibly not owned by Hasbro.
Oh, one of these things.
Yeah. Apparently also doing socks as well. And backpacks.
Oh, socks.
Yeah, soccer balls, footballs, basketballs.
So you can have ponies on your socks instead of having socks on your ponies?
Sure.
Because socks on ponies is super popular.
Everyone's well aware of that.
Everyone's well aware of that.
Anyway, moving on from that, the Gameloft MLP game has gotten an update with several new quests, and apparently they're overhauling a few things within it. There's now a battle system I had no idea about.
What?
Exactly. Things have changed a bit.
Apparently.
The timeline stuff. They're doing timelines. Spike's dad, not dad.
Dad.
That sort of thing. So that's all coming up, apparently. Comic news, though. The Spirit of the Forest trade paperback is getting a November 2019 release. That is the 3 issues because it is a miniseries.
Yes.
And the June solicitations are out. Friendship is Magic number 79. It's the anniversary of the founding of Ponyville, which means it's time for a celebration. With a surprise show in store for Mayor Mara, it's up to Twilight and the Apple Bloom to keep the festivities a secret. But that may be hard in a town like Ponyville where you never know who might show up.
Yeah, that would be pretty hard in Ponyville.
Twilight and Apple Bloom, they don't get to do as much as they used to.
No, they don't.
They used to kind of interact a bit. But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because I guess Twilight's a princess and
Twilight's too good for her.
I guess.
God.
Anyway, other one is Spirit of the Forest number 2. Strange things are happening in the woods around Ponyville. When ponies start seeing weird shapes, hearing unknown sounds, and losing the tools they need to work, all signs point to a mysterious monster, but it couldn't actually be the Spirit of the Forest, right? Right?
Strange things happening around the forest in Ponyville. You mean the Everfree that always has weird things going on?
Don't think about it. Equestria Girls news, sort of.
Sort of.
Twilight Under the Stars and 5-Star shorts now up on YouTube. We talked about those last episode.
Yep.
So because they're on the Discovery Family Go app, but now they're available, and I suspect that means the third one will be out next week. When we talk about that, we'll just mention it again, and that'll be good. Anyway, Friendship is Magic news. The first few episodes of season 9 have gotten synopses.
Oh boy.
Spoilers ahead. So next, couple minutes, don't pay attention if you don't want to hear this. The beginning of the end, part 1. When Celestia and Luna decide to retire and hand off the ruling of Equestria to Twilight and her friends, it sends Twilight into a tailspin of self-doubt. The ancient villain Grogar plans to conquer all of Equestria, but King Sombra has ideas of his own. Yeah, there's some typos. Those, yeah. Some of those are not supposed to be there, but that's how it is typed out. But anyway. Grogar, finally, official confirmation.
Yes.
I've known about it for a long time because I saw the design.
Yeah.
So yeah, Grogar, who in the original MLP was a necromancer, which might explain Sombra.
Because
remember, he was supposedly dead.
Supposedly dead. May still be, just mostly dead.
This isn't the Princess Bride. And he's not the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah,
so that's stuff there. And part 2, Twilight and the rest of the main 6 struggle to come to terms with the destruction of the tree and elements of harmony. King Sombra sets his sights on conquering all of Equestria.
Yeah, and we've seen that clip pop up in the trailers and such for season 9 with the tree getting wrecked.
Blown up. Yeah. So we knew that was happening. And Uprooted, the 3rd episode apparently. The young 6 respond to magical summons from the Tree of Harmony only to learn it has been destroyed.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. So that sounds like, okay, we got that spoiler. I guess the tree remains destroyed.
But it's also not?
I don't know. I don't know how it works. And Twilight 7. Twilight and Shining Armor pit their wits against each other to settle a long-standing sibling rivalry, but they soon discover they are not the only competitors. This is apparently the 200th episode.
All right.
Twilight 7, so Ocean's 11, I guess.
Ocean's 11, yeah.
And the other one, The Point of No Return. Twilight realizes she never returned a book to the Canterlot Library and may have caused her favorite librarian to lose her job.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. Twilight herself.
Although, really, failing to return one book, making someone lose their job, sounds like whoever's in charge of hiring really is a horrible person.
Maybe it was a really important book.
Yeah, but
maybe it was the latest in a long string of oversights.
Maybe, but then it wouldn't be just that one your fault.
Which way, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out, apparently.
So yeah, those are the synopses that have been revealed so far as of recording. There might be more in the next few days. There probably will be. As time goes on, we're going to get more and more synopses. Oddly enough, we have not gotten a leak about the synopses yet.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
These are all official releases.
Within the last few weeks before. Yeah. Usually the last few weeks before the season comes up, we get synopses and titles all over the place.
Yep, we get leaks popping up.
I guess that other leak, maybe they finally actually did just close up those security holes.
Maybe. Plug the leaks. Yep. Hold on to it for the rest of the season.
And the final bit of news, a small clip from the season premiere is in one of the Ponypalooza ads. It's a small clip of Sombra talking.
Saying real words.
Real words. Use your words, Sombra.
He does.
It's not just about crystals.
Not just crystals.
Yep. That's the news.
That's the news.
All done with that.
All done.
So, gotta move on to some discussion topics, including the new comics, which, well, we'll start with issue 76 of the main series, the second part of the new story arc by Katie Cook and Andy Price, with art by Andy Price and colors by Heather Breckel. And we're continuing this whole thing with Cosmos and Discord, and they were in a relationship thing, although Discord's like, hey, guess what? I'm not that bad. I'm not going to do that whole killing thing.
I don't actually want to hurt
Whereas the Cosmos is totally cool with it, and he runs away, and that sets up the thing with, they're back to the main day, or present day, whereas like Cosmos has infected 3 of the princesses, Celestia, Luna, and Twilight, and others are trying to get other pieces of the stars, even though they really shouldn't be, because that will bring Cosmos back.
Yep.
And yeah, so you got Klooge Town and Pinky and Big Mac meeting Capper and all sorts of stuff. Also the CMC plus the Korra going to the Griffinstone and getting another star.
Griffin just like, take it.
Yep, just take it.
We don't want it.
So yeah, that sort of thing. Plus, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this one. And so far,
Without
still
spoiling it.
So far it's still an interesting story.
Yeah.
But, well, we know sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We've been there before. First 2 issues are good. Third issue kind of goes to poop. And yeah, the 4th issue doesn't really help matters. We'll see how this one goes.
We're still hoping it's still potentially good.
Yeah. The thing is, this one does have some really good bits in it for sure.
Pinky's one main joke.
The best joke in the whole comic.
The best one. Really long lead up, too. Little bits here and there, all leading up to the final joke.
Yeah. Also, the llama toys that look suspicious like MLP toys. Guess My Little Human is not canon. Womp womp.
Womp womp. It's my little llama.
Was this little also spelled with 2 L's? Or 3 L's in this case?
Maybe? I don't know.
Little llama.
Little llama.
But anyway, the llama's supposed to be dead. Yeah, it's so far it's pretty interesting. This one does not a whole lot actually happens per se. There's actually kind of 3 main pieces, and 2 of them like, no, stop, don't do it, you're screwing it up. Because if you do this, you're actually going to make things worse. But yeah, it's interesting so far, and there's some really funny jokes throughout it, and it's just really well, again, because of Andy Price, some really well drawn panels with a lot of weird background stuff that you might not see the first few times you read it. Still worth checking out at this point, but we don't know how it's going to go from 3 and 4.
Yep, until we see the rest of them. But hopes are still up.
Yeah. Let's just hope it's more like, the first comic arc and not like some of the later ones. Anyway, the other comic is not necessarily an MLP comic.
Yeah.
It's the IDW Synergy, the Hasbro Creator Showcase, in which, MLP's in it. And this one is basically a showcase of the women who work at IDW for the Hasbro properties and whatnot. So it shows the various cover art they've done, the various women have done. Some Transformer stories, Gem, G.I. Joe, Beast Wars, and of course MLP sort of. The MLP's one is not the only one that's not directly, I guess, one of the 2 not directly in the world about it. I mean, some of them are just kind of little short. It's just little short things. It's really it's hard to talk about them because they're so short.
Yeah.
But this is just fine little stories.
Yeah.
Pretty good. There's some of them you might not necessarily know the context of it because if you haven't been keeping up with the comic.
Yeah.
Specifically, like particularly, I think the Transformers and G.I. Joe ones, particular. I like what? Who are you? I don't
know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since the Transformers just rebooted their comic series.
Yeah.
Apparently this comic takes place at the tail end of the old one. So there's that. Yes, yeah, the thing I guess MLP fans would be interested in as well, the bit with Katie Cook, her little story about actually,
getting into the whole thing.
Getting into it, like, yeah, she was a huge fan of ponies when she was a kid. Like, she actually has photographic proof of her sleeping with ponies.
Yep.
A pony toy in her hand. So it's there's that, talking about the toy she had and the weird stuff she did as a kid, and then growing up, and getting offered to write the comic and taking it because she's not stupid.
I'm not stupid. I took that job.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice little story. Just her, and her kids, also now kind of into it, into MLP stuff, although they're only like not really totally aware of like what she does with this franchise. Yeah, Mom, shut up.
Mom, shut up.
I wrote her backstory.
Right.
Because she did write Sunset's backstory.
Hey, look. It's self-insert.
Yeah. So it's just, and then, just the kind of the other side of the coin was like, yeah, girl growing up and, with MLP stuff is expected. Girl growing up liking Transformer stuff, not so expected.
Not so expected.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's a interesting, I guess, the other side of the coin, It's an interesting little book, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about in detail because it's so different. Yeah, it's just a series of short stories plus a bunch of cover art. The only thing I would say it's, I think, a little spendy for what it is. It's $8.
Yeah.
It's like, I get why, but at the same time, it's like there's really not a whole lot in it. I think, but at the same time, it's probably too much for just to be $4 normal issues. So it's like,
yeah,
I think it probably should have been like $6. I think $8 is just a little too much for what you're getting.
Yeah, if you get the physical copy, you have to pay for shipping too.
Yeah, that too.
It's like $10 after shipping.
Yeah, so it's one of those weird things where it's like I feel it's a little expensive. That's might hurt sales a little bit. On top of the whole blatant misogyny throughout the comic fandom.
Yeah.
Boy, I saw some on the Transformers forum. I saw some pretty awful hot takes.
Oh God, yeah, I bet. Bunch of old guys,
40+-year-olds.
Yeah, 40+-year-old white guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not great sometimes, but I think it's still worth taking a look at it. Yeah. Even if it's not, just more than MLP stuff as well. There's some interesting things.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been meaning to pick up the Gem comic for a while because I keep hearing it's actually pretty good. I just keep forgetting. Also, it's more money to spend.
It's more money to spend, more things to have to remember to keep up on.
Yeah, so I think it's actually really interesting just because of particularly the last two stories where it's actually about the creators themselves and not just a story within the
comic universe. Yeah.
Although the Gem one was actually a good one, I will say that from what I saw.
Yeah, I did read through that one. That one was good.
I think the weakest one is honestly the RC one, just because that's also possibly because I don't have the full context. I kind of didn't keep up with the Transformers comics.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's still worth. I think it's kind of worth it, but it is it is $8, so it's a little I think it's a little too expensive, but I think you can possibly get it cheaper if you're willing to look around. So there's that.
Yep.
Still worth looking at. So that's it, really. Also, some of the art on the cover art stuff is gorgeous.
Yeah. Some of that is really cool.
So yeah, there's that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on from that babbling to the main event here. The Equestria Girls special, finally, it's Spring Breakdown. So to quickly summarize, the Humane 7, I guess, are on a boat trip. It's a little spring break thing that Twilight planned for all of them. It's just a, nice little vacation away from all the equestrian magic nonsense, all that stuff. Nice, quiet, fun time. But Dash is convinced they're going to find something because they have to be superheroes. Eventually things do go wrong, and it's partially Dash is to blame because she's bothering everyone and all that stuff. And then things go wrong, the boat stops, and then Dash convinces magic. Everyone else is like, no, it's not. She runs off to go find it. Then Twilight and Sunset have to go chase after her. They find her. They wind up going to Equestria because there is magic going on, and everyone else is being attacked by a quite crazy equestrian magic storm that's caused by a Storm King, and the three of them are just in Equestria wasting time, not having any idea everyone else is in trouble. And then they get back with the Storm King's old staff and absorb the magic, and then everything's day is saved, and they go back home through Equestrian portal. That's it, pretty much. More or less. This special was written by Nick Confalone again. He did the other two, I believe. Yeah, he did both the other ones. And this was actually pretty fun. I think. I think there was a couple little things. I think towards the end, it kind of feels sometimes it felt a little anticlimactic to a degree.
A bit.
There was no one to really fight. They just kind of they saved everyone when the boat was sinking.
Yeah.
There was no fight or anything, unfortunately, that no villain even.
Yeah, there was no real villain.
I mean, I guess you could say it was the Storm King, but it wasn't really him. It was leftover magic.
Leftovers.
It was leftover magic of sorts. The villain was Dash.
not even a villain. I mean, barely even antagonistic, but
it's interesting because it's one of those that kind of has high stakes to a degree, but doesn't really have a villain to focus on.
Yeah,
we don't get that sort of thing very often. It's usually if there's high stakes, there's a villain involved in some way. So in that regard, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, it was just kind of an odd one because it's very kind of a weirdly Dash centric sort of. Like a good chunk of it was very Dash centric.
Yeah, a lot of it when is the whole she was looking for magic and looking for a problem where there isn't one because she's bored or just wants to be the superhero.
Yeah, I want to be a superhero. We're not superheroes, just ordinary girls that have saved the world on multiple occasions.
Yeah, it's totally not superheroes. Dash is fully accepting of this and totally wants to go for it. The rest of them don't.
Do you want to?
At least not at first.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's just kind of a couple little, I guess, interesting points throughout. Beyond that, for one thing, I mean, there's a petting zoo on the boat, which is weird.
On a boat.
Yeah, petting zoo on a boat.
Petting zoo. Yeah.
I'm just curious, how expensive was this? That was like...
Cruises can be quite expensive.
That's the thing, is that looks like a giant... The weird thing is it looks like a giant yacht, but it's like...
Yeah, it's like smaller than your standard cruise ship.
Yeah.
But bigger than a yacht. It looks
like expensive, especially, for 7 people and, well, I guess other classmates. So I think I guess it's implied that everyone else was also part of this organized thing that Twilight did, I guess. Because they're all classmates, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But no teachers. Yeah, I'm guessing it was very much a private thing, not a school-run thing then.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, oh boy. But yeah, it's just a bunch of teenagers alone on a boat. That can't possibly go wrong.
There's a bunch of fun stuff gonna happen there.
Yeah, it's just kind of I'm trying to think of how to say this.
How to describe it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just an interesting way of doing the spring break thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Expensive boat trip.
Spring break and going to a beach or on a boat is actually very common. It's like spring break, gotta have a beach thing.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to the beach.
I mean, another thing was, I remember there's a lot of common fan in his Twi's family is kind of loaded.
Yeah.
So if she's doing organizing stuff like this, it would kind of make sense.
It would kind of roll with that.
Yeah. That would make sense if that was the case.
Yeah.
I guess.
The Twilight family has connections. How do you think she got into the nice school?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's the sort of thing that makes sense. Just, yeah, she went to a fancy private school and all that stuff, so yeah. Yep. She has a lot of lab equipment she can build stuff. So yeah, it's likely her family has a lot of money.
This is not what you know.
Also, another thing that's interesting is their pendants are now they were not necklaces anymore.
Yeah, they're on
hair things and bracelets.
Yeah, bracelets and things like that. It's like you gotta power up like Power Rangers.
Yeah. I called it ponying up.
Yeah.
No, we agree.
Yes, but I just tap the wrist and like go through a whole. I just want to see him go through like Power Ranger thing
or Kamen Rider or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Sentai. So it's like we get a combination of Sentai and Magical Girl.
Yeah.
Full Magical Girl transformations.
Yep. Yeah,
but also a Sentai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, they kind of did a very quick sequence for the Magical Girl transformation. This time.
They did do a quick sequence, which happens.
And of course, they're still wearing the life preservers, life jackets.
Yep. S&P.
Yeah, probably.
S&P.
They got to be wearing life jackets.
Got to be wearing life. They're on a boat, so everyone's got to be wearing life.
But earlier they weren't.
Yeah.
The boat's in danger. Man, they made several subtle and blatant Titanic
references all over the place.
Including Pinky and Bulk doing the whole King of the World thing.
Yep.
Reverse. The rock gouging the side of the boat.
Yep.
Like, The river dance, Irish dancing thing.
Yep. With, what was his name? That was the character that was introduced.
Yeah, the new character. Can't remember his name.
It was said over and over again. I forgot what it was.
Said multiple times. It's like...
I'll remember as soon as I hear it, but...
Ragamuffin,
that's the one.
Yeah, it's weird because he's doing an Irish dance, but he's very British sounding. He almost sounds like a British street urchin. Some more.
Yeah.
Except not quite as high pitched.
Also has a very interesting design. Looks a lot like Applejack.
Yeah. Orange skin, except his skin's a little darker. But check. Blonde hair, green eyes, freckles.
Rarity has a thing for him.
Rarity has a type. Accent. Yep. That has to be intentional. That has to be intentional.
And the rest of the character kind of pointed out a little bit too. And when he first showed up, when they're on stage, everyone just like, hey, wait a minute.
Two of them standing
next to each other, and it's like, wait. Pointed out the similarities here.
Is Rarity in denial? Signs point to yes.
Signs point to yes.
Also, a little tiny bit of sunlight. A little tiny bit.
Yeah,
of sunlight.
a little bit. A little bit.
I mean, there's that bit where they're just kind of like cocking to each other and like looking, gazing at each other's eyes
in
and
the
holding each other's
cafeteria.
hands. Yeah, that bit. It's like
They sit when Sunset comes to sit down at the table.
Boyfriend, probably. I think, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. He doesn't show up that often.
He doesn't show up that often,
which is good. But yeah, beyond that, you know, you had some fun stuff like Trixie.
I'm looking for bad magic.
I'm too powerful.
Yeah, I just like the beginning. I'm looking for bad magic. And Flash points Dash to Trixie. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Womp womp. Poor Trixie. But then again, this is Equestria Girls Trixie, who's better than Pony Trixie.
Arguably.
I would say definitively. But that was the other thing. Yeah, the other thing was just that Dash just kind of like, it was weird because like Dash initially just comes off as someone who's kind of a little, I guess, kind of paranoid, kind of looking for trouble.
Yeah, she's looking for a problem where there isn't one.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing. Was initially she was very wrong, but then she
ended up
accidentally being right.
Yes.
See, I was wrong. No, you weren't right all along. You just got lucky.
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day or once a day, depending on your clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple points of interest on that one. Yeah, Dash, I wouldn't really say paranoid. She just wants to play the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
So she's looking for anything that would let her play the superhero because she wants to be the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really paranoid. And it's another one. The rest of them don't want to be superheroes. And it is an interesting...
They want to have a normal life. They want to have a normal vacation.
Yeah.
Dash, stop rooting for us.
It is an interesting point of contention between them. Because it's like, you have all these powers. Are you supposed to just accept that?
Yeah. With great power comes great responsibility.
Like, you have them. Are you like,
have to use
do
them?
You have to? Is like, you have this.
Are you morally obligated?
Are you morally obligated to become the superhero that you have the powers to do because no one else can? But yeah, it's not an easy question. And Dash really just wants to do it because of course she does. She gets to be the superhero.
I could be awesome.
And that is totally Dash's thing. But the rest of them still want to be normal. And there's not. I can't really say they're wrong. You're not wrong for wanting that. So it's an interesting point of contention.
Yeah. It's the one. It's the other thing. It's generally the weird thing is just the Storm King thing.
The Storm King thing
connected to the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just leftover. It's like almost feels like there's a small bit of retconning with how the staff works and all that stuff.
A little bit,
because it's the Storm King stuff, and yeah, it's like we managed to contain his power, or whatever. It's like he straight up died.
He's dead. But the staff does absorb power. It's kind of its thing.
And but it was not his power. It wasn't your guys' power.
Yeah, the Storm King didn't really have his own power. He just took power from others with the staff, right? Yeah. Or did he have his own? I don't know.
Kind of. Maybe?
He may have had his own power. Maybe that's where he got Storm King from.
Oh yeah.
And that's so he could create storms with his own ability. But that wasn't really established in the movie if he had his own ability.
Yeah.
So I guess you can. It's not really a retcon, but it does feel like they're kind of pulling loose, any string that they can find to make it work.
Really bending the canon.
Yeah. I mean, it worked, and I'm not really going to say they're wrong for doing it. It works. You work with what you got.
It's just still odd.
But it does feel like, I think they kind of stretched it a little bit trying to find that one.
There's all the stuff like Pinky trying to get the cake thing.
Oh, that whole thing.
And why do you think I have this outrageous accent? Yeah, French. I'm not sure that's like particularly good French accent, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just like your stereotypical.
It's like just like Ragamuffins accent is
a bit stereotypical.
Yeah, it's like I wonder if people in Europe are like, oh God, stop,
please, that's not right.
I thought the French one was funny though, just because wow, it's so over the top.
Just so over the top. Yep.
Yeah. So some reason Pinky gets banned, even though it's all Dash's fault. Again,
it's Dash's fault, not Pinky.
Pinky did nothing wrong, but she gets thrown out too.
Yeah, guilty by association.
Yeah. Oh, you two teenagers, you must be collaborating.
You must be.
Oh yeah, poor Applejack though.
Oh yeah,
Became a green apple.
Yeah, green apples. She's seasick the whole time.
Yeah, and then of course Dash shaking her, and then finally just had. Oh yeah, actually just showed her thrown up.
Yep, she finally just threw up. You couldn't actually see it, but you heard it.
But you can see it happening.
Yeah, you knew it was happening and you heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have meds for that.
Yeah, and they usually have them on the boat.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised.
Especially for a cruise.
I'm surprised they don't have. She didn't, thought to, hey, take this.
Take this. It will help. Was it Dramamine?
Yeah, Dramamine or ginger root or whatever.
Yeah, Dramamine I think is the common brand name.
That's the one.
I knew it started with a D, but I kept thinking dopamine, and that's something completely different.
Yeah, that's something different. Oh yeah, the Fluttershy and going to the petting zoo and talking to the rabbits and 42 grandchildren.
42, you know what rabbits do.
Goat on a boat. Yeah. And there's also the one of the girls in the petting zoo was actually the one that Pinky babysat in one of the shorts.
Oh yeah.
That was a nice little thing there. Yeah.
And Dash scared them all.
Ruining everything. Everyone just kind of getting or awkward or angrier.
Yep.
Till eventually, just enough of this.
And then Sunset had to talk to her.
Yeah. You're ruining everyone's vacation. Ow.
That wouldn't hurt me right in the feelings. Said you could take it.
Yeah. I didn't think you'd actually be mean. I told you.
Yeah.
Also them playing the song, which, there was a new song. For
new song. One. Yep.
That's when the lights went out and everything. Yep. And the boat lost power. And Dash was all like, yeah, finally.
Finally, it's happening.
Everything's going down. The boat's going down.
And panic ensues.
I think that's one of the, even though the actual, some of the story stuff is actually on the weak side, because the dialogue and different interactions, it kind of helps make up for that.
Yeah, the dialogue was really well done, I think.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I think that really makes up for a lot of the little problems. Also, stuff like Rarity and Ragamuffin, Rarity having to try to correct his pronunciation of her name and not really succeeding.
And not succeeding.
Rarity.
Just can't pronounce that T.
T. You think you'd be able to pronounce it real well.
Wow, bringing in another stereotype, are we?
Am I wrong?
Tea is a thing.
I've talked to many British people who tell me tea time is the most important time of the day.
It is a thing.
Yeah. I did like how they found a way to at least get everyone's powers to do something almost everyone's powers in the finale. The only thing was Pinky didn't really get to do
Pinky
much.
didn't use her power. She just ate things underwater and didn't drown, which isn't her power, but
she makes things explode. It's like
I was expecting
about to explode your foot off because it's caught and there's much I can do.
That's what I was expecting, her to use some of the confectionery to blow a door open or something. But no, she ate the bundt cake off a foot underwater.
Ew.
Which is kind of nasty.
On multiple levels, gross.
She finally got to eat the bundt cake. Because that's all she wanted.
Yeah.
Dash can run across the water.
Yeah, but this is another thing. This opens, I think, for one thing because, she goes fast.
She goes fast, so she can do that.
It's like those lizards.
Yep, like the lizards.
Dash is a lizard, confirmed. Dash is a lizard person.
The lizard people.
She's part of the Illuminati. Oh, no. But yeah, what's actually interesting is the island having its own equestrian portal and stuff, which was affecting the plant life and stuff around it.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that kind of this opens, I think, a lot of fanfic opportunity type stuff for.
Yes, it does. How many are there?
Yeah, it's like how many other?
There might be more.
Yeah, are they naturally occurring? Did something happen?
Oh yes, where did these come from? Why is this one covered in quicksand? Why is the quicksand not going through the portal?
Because magic.
Also, Dash was in the quicksand with the portal. So you mean that whole time half of her was in the human world and half of her was just dangling
just little
somewhere.
pony legs dangling out of a wall.
Yeah, because I think it was like in a weird cave
for
or
them,
something.
that portal came out near Ponyville.
Sort of, yeah. It was in some weird cave, probably in the
clearly
Everfree.
in the Everfree Forest, so that's close to Ponyville. I was like, that's convenient.
Convenient.
Of course, it makes you wonder if it's because of the chaotic magic of the Everfree is what made the portal possible in the first place. If it's a naturally occurring portal of some sort. And good thing that portal goes to that very same world.
Yes.
All these coincidences just happen to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I guess that's the thing. We got Twilight and Dash and Sunset all going to the Equestria as ponies, and it's really interesting because you see stuff like little differences, like Dash, just kind of wings are just drooping off to the side rather than being folded up properly because she
doesn't know how to naturally treat the wings.
Well, Twilight losing her mind over the fact she's a pony. She's got horse parts.
Yeah,
like that one. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we're not going there.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just interesting. So I kind of got what I wanted, which is the two Twilights talking to each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole lot of it, but I got it, finally.
Yeah.
The Twilights talk to each other, and there's Sunset, too. And Dash has to be there for some reason, but...
Hey.
This is not part of my fanfics. Dash is not supposed to be there.
She could be there.
She watches.
Oh, no. Oh.
But one thing, I just actually looked at this, and I looked it up, and it's true. Spike does not have his wings.
Was this like either we can use it to either...
It's either a mistake or it's at a very specific point in the timeline.
Yeah, considering he's standing on a ladder and not flying to hold that.
He has no wings.
I want to say this was done more intentionally.
Yeah,
so maybe place it in the timeline.
So it's post movie, but before Spike getting wings. So it's someplace probably in early season 8 then.
Yeah.
Actually, I gotta look.
When did Spike get his wings?
In season 8, late season 8. I'm looking at the background. The school doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
This is in this. I guess this is set between the movie and the beginning of the season. Then, season 8. Huh.
Interesting.
And yes, this just creates a further fustercluck
of the
timeline.
So you add this into your whole timeline analysis thing.
This just creates a further fustercluck.
Fustercluck, yes.
Yeah, there's all that. Also, another interesting thing is SPC Twilight. We already knew this because of the previews and stuff, but Twilight does not have wings. She has still has the glasses, so that's kind of this really kind of creates a weird thing of like when she ponies up, she has wings, but when she goes to Equestria, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
This is a weird.
This is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great because it drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this a thing? It should be one or the other.
Is that the word you're looking for? Incongruity?
Yes. Yeah, so it's kind of a Yeah, it's kind of funny. I just like, they're just hanging out, talking, sharing stories because
they're not in a rush.
Yeah,
everyone's
fine.
They're
on the boat.
We
the big danger was Dash was in trouble. She's safe now, so everything's fine. And I even like did you hear Pinky screaming? That's because I did.
That's because I was.
The other thing was hello, pony's glasses I don't recognize. It's like, And of course, having to avoid sneak around town because
you don't want to run into yourself.
Ponies are very recognizable.
Yes.
You don't want to have a changeling scare or some weirdness.
Yeah.
But then again, the changelings are supposed to be good now, so I don't know what's going on there.
Except, yeah. Yeah. Because they became good before.
Yeah, in season 6.
Yes.
So it's kind of a weird thing of like, still having 2 Dashes run around.
Yeah, then the question is, how'd they get the entire boat's worth of people through without getting noticed? At the very end.
A really big bush.
Honestly, if it were me, I would have just had Sunset go over and go, hey, we got a problem. Can we borrow the mirror? And taken the mirror over to the Everfree Forest where the portal is and stuck them next to each other.
Well, if you dropped it.
What?
Well, if you dropped the mirror.
Don't drop the mirror.
No.
Just use magic and have Sunset and Twilight both help carry it. So if one trips, the other one doesn't. redundancies.
Right. I think it's just...
Besides, they've transported it before.
I think it's one of those things where it's a little easier just to not move the mirror.
Yes, but now you have to move an entire boat's worth of ponies who barely know how to walk with 4 legs.
That's somebody else's problem
freaking out because, oh my God, we're ponies. An entire boat's worth of that.
Well, she warned them it was going to be a little weird. Let's just cast a somebody else's problem spell.
Somebody else's problem spell.
They won't pay attention because it's somebody else's problem.
Someone else's problem. Yep.
Yeah, it was nice seeing that. It was, the whole trip to Equestria, although it was, ending on that with the whole thing. It's like, hey, we're back.
We're back.
That's it. You have a whole bunch of, hey, these are all familiar ponies.
Yep.
Except they're not, but they are, but they're not.
They're the same, only different.
Yeah. One thing is, Sunset's hair is different for no apparent reason. At least when she's human, her hair is just different now because I don't know if it's a temporary thing because she's styled different for this or because now from now on she's gonna have different hair.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the Humane 7 had different hairstyles for the boat.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Like Dash had her hair like in a circlet braid thing
and a
around
ponytail.
the back. It was kind of
with the ponytail, and like Rarity's hair was a little different. Like Fluttershy's was pretty much the same though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
I think it was fun.
Yeah,
it was really enjoyable.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch it. It was nice to see it and a nice little special. This is the sort of thing, and this is why I wish that there was a full blown series. And
this is what I want to see more of in Equestria Girls.
Not shorts,
not like the 2-3 minute shorts.
Which are like you don't really have time to do anything.
Yeah.
Versus this, or it's like
you can actually have a story.
Yeah,
that's interesting,
story, which is fun. Again, I mean, like, it feels a little anticlimactic. There's no real villain. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah. Sometimes
they just pop up. Yeah, well, speaking of that, I was kind of sad that Princess Twi didn't come back with them.
Yeah, that was another thing. I wanted that. I wanted her to show up with them. It's like, hey, she's back. But no. I don't know.
What I really would have wanted was for there to be an actual villain and have all the main 6 come across. So you have the Humane 7 and the main 6 all having to fight together. But that's kind of big.
Kids might get confused.
Well, you could do it. It depends on how you do it. If you do it in a way that that you don't have to tell the difference until later.
But I don't know. Sometimes it feels like in the some of the dialogue would help make me think that there's kind of a teasing for, hey, we're gonna actually do a thing that's more than just shorts, but that maybe just be wishful thinking on my part.
It might just be wishful thinking.
Because I think it's actually wishful thinking on a lot of our parts. We just want a full series now.
More.
We want a series, not shorts, because the shorts, while they're kind of funny sometimes, they're often just pretty
they're just meatless. A thing, really.
They're meatless, and they're meatless. They're there, then they're forgettable.
It exists. Okay.
That's always been our judgment on all of them. It exists. It's there. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not very memorable. And that kind of stinks. I feel like this side of the franchise deserves more than that.
It does.
I'm hoping that they're not just going to just kind of use Equestria Girls shorts to bolster things for a whole year next year. That would be a mistake.
Yeah.
I honestly feel they really do need a full-blown, at least even if it's just like a 13-episode miniseries or whatever, something more significant than just that. And I think this is one of the signs of that. This is the best. This is stuff people genuinely look forward to these things now versus the shorts are like, whatever.
Yeah, there's just a passing interest on the shorts. Like, okay, yeah, that's a thing. But this is
yay!
Like, yeah,
fun. Yeah. So yeah, this is fun. Really liked it. It does actually open up a lot of or fan works. It opens up a lot of potential. It's just the characters really fun throughout. Very Dash centric. Twilight a little bit as well. Sunset actually for once didn't really do a whole lot. Well,
no, but she was important, but she didn't have a lot of screen time.
Yeah, she didn't do a whole lot other than I guess kind of keep Dash and Twilight from doing something stupid while in the pony world.
Yeah, she was critical to the story. Yeah, but she didn't have a lot of screen time.
It was funny when Twilight's trying to eat the fondue thing and missing because she's not really used to magic, or Dash crashing because she's not used to flying.
I would say because in the human world, Dash can fly when they pony up.
Yeah.
So she's used to flying, and Twilight has magic, So she's used to that. I'm assuming that it works
thing.
slightly different, which would make sense.
Different
body. Things are like the wings are shaped different, and the pony body doesn't fly the same.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know how to do this, but it doesn't quite work the way I'm used to. It's like when you jump into a different car you've never driven and go, huh, that's different.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah, it was fun, and I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Now I'm going to go look up it online and find out everyone hates it.
Yep.
That's just how it is, apparently.
Apparently.
That's it for that. We've got to go ahead and move on because we're kind of starting to run low on time. But
I don't think we have anything else really to talk about.
There's one little thing. I want to, I don't want to make this too long if we don't have to. But fan fiction, no new stuff, no music. Also,
I got no music to feature this week.
One update: Second Chance's redemption story actually updated after the first time in several months.
It did.
It's titled Rock Bottom.
Yep.
In which Adagio kind of starts to realize, like, okay,
she hits rock bottom.
I really messed up, and I really probably should actually, maybe try to fix it a little bit. And maybe it's okay to not be bad. Yeah, and even the author's even saying this is the actual rock bottom, that from here on out, it is going to be going back up.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, it's a very bit emotional chapter, and just Adagio finally realizing she has in fact hit rock bottom.
Yep.
So yeah, there's that for fan fiction stuff. Gonna double check real quick and make sure.
Nothing else is updated in the meantime.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, nope. Yep, that's the fanfic. Well, and the only fanfic thing I got nothing new. Which means, well, this episode is wrapped up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. If you liked it and you want to hear past and future episodes, you could go to pony411.libsyn.com, again spelled Libusyn. And a lot of the links I'm going to talk about over the course of the next few minutes are actually going to be on that website. It's linked at the top and whatnot, or on the sidebar, however you need to do this. If you want to, you can check it out on YouTube. YouTube.com/pony411. Like, comment, subscribe there. Click the notification bell, all that crap. Yep. It's crap because it's annoying and stupid, and YouTube is dumb sometimes. Often.
Yep.
You can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Search for Pony411 on any one of those. You can find us and subscribe to us on all of those services, no problem. You also find us on Ponyville Live, ponyvillelive.com, and new episodes show up there. It's a YouTube link. You can click there and see us via YouTube. See other podcast shows and radio stations, and one of those radio stations is Ponyville FM. You can check us out there every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Yep. You can also check out DJs, live DJs, pre-recorded mixes, all sorts of music. Check that out. There's fun times to be had.
It's a cool place.
Yeah. It's a magical place. If you want to contact us, you can do so via email, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Questions, comments, criticisms. What did you think of the new special? Did you also like it? Did you hate it? Why did you hate it? What's wrong with you? News tips, whatever. I'll stand by my opinions. I'll literally fight you over them. Maybe not, but anyway.
Maybe not, but
but yep. You can do that via email. You could also contact us via Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Like us there, see new episodes of this show up, and whatnot. And there's also Twitter. We're at Pony411. That's our usual nonsense spewing device. Yes. We usually tweet there about random stuff, including like the weirdness of the odd logo popping up again after several years dormant.
Yeah, that's the ancient one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit odd.
Yep, it just popped up again because someone used it for a graphic and didn't bother to mention it's not official.
That's as far as we know.
Whoopsie doodle. You can also follow us on our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1 and he's at Alca7raz with a 77T and an underscore at the end. I haven't actually tweeted a whole lot recently. I kind of got caught up in other things and haven't been saying much on my Twitter.
I don't tweet a lot, period.
Yeah.
I really should, but I just
did get
don't know
some more
what to say.
Transformers, though. And I actually got some reviews filmed, so there's that. Hooray.
Hooray.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. You can also check out our other podcast thingy.
Our sister podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I wouldn't really call it that. That's
exactly.
usually...
I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
The other podcast.
The other one thing we do.
The other one. New to Weeaboo, if you want to, hear about anime stuff, new to Weeaboo.libsyn.com, all that stuff, you can find it. It's pretty simple. We, link it, follow it. Why not? Do it. Anyway, that's it for this episode, actually. Tune in next week. Yes, we're back on the weekly schedule because next week is the season 9 premiere. It's back.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. That's what they're calling it.
So yeah, tune in next time. And until then, please pony responsibly, guys.
See ya.
Goodbye.